Monday morning, October 24th. It's quite the beautiful day. Just walking to the train station to get into work. I got up nice and early today, got a good head start to the day. Hope to vlog about some of the things that have happened since the last vlog. ExoMars, some changes with Juno. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. It's quite noisy in Boston today, so this will be a good test of my new mic. ExoMars was in the news quite a bit this weekend. For those that don't know, ExoMars was sent in March, I believe, by the European Space Agency to Mars. There are two parts of the ExoMars mission. One is an orbiter that goes around Mars, and one is a lander, which would land on Mars and do science on the surface. It sounds like, ExoMars arrived at Mars on the 19th of October, so just a couple days ago, and it sounds like the insertion, the orbital insertion worked correctly. So the orbiter is healthy and it looks good and it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. However, the lander, there was some data that came back from the lander that didn't look too good, and NASA was able to go over the landing site with one of their orbiters, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, and it pretty much confirmed that the landing did not go as planned, and it pretty much looks like it probably hit hard and exploded. It's just kind of like a big black mark on the surface of Mars now. So even with that failure, they're still a successful mission, and they plan on learning a lot about the planet while they're there. So it should still be good. A little unfortunate that the lander didn't make it, but what can you do? Space exploration is hard, and these are the types of things that we can learn from and move forward and do better. This is my desk at work. It's nice. And I have my little wall of inspiration over here. I have 3 mission patches from launches that I've gone to see. I got a cool little image here, and some more space stuff, and a space pen. Oh, Talib's here. I have a really cool story about the space pen that I'll share at some point, but for now, I gotta go home. So I'm back home now. I'm realizing that there's still a lot that I have to learn. I noticed that in the first clip, you could hear sirens and whistles in the background, and these are things that I don't necessarily recognize as I'm just walking around in my day-to-day. I guess I'm gonna have to be more aware of my surroundings as I decide where I can vlog and where I can't vlog. But again, those are things I'll get used to, and it might turn out that it's just too noisy in general to vlog around Boston. I don't know, we'll figure it out. And if you guys pick up on things like that, certain sounds or background noises that are distracting or annoying in the background of the videos, leave a comment, because there's some things that I might not notice as I walk around in my day-to-day that you guys might realize that are distracting in the video. So yeah, definitely leave a comment and let me know, because I super appreciate that feedback. This will probably be a fairly short vlog. I had a pretty busy day, so I didn't really get out as much as I wanted to during the day to vlog. So I'd like to talk about a couple other things that happened since the last vlog here. It's not going to be as dynamic of an environment, but it'll certainly do. So there's some things that are happening at the International Space Station since the last vlog. I mentioned that 085, which is a resupply mission for the International Space Station, was launched from Virginia and is on its way to the International Space Station. So the Cygnus capsule, which is the actual spacecraft that is transferring the supplies, has made it to the International Space Station. Docking was successful, and everything went good. So the scientists and astronauts on board the International Space Station now have more science supplies, clothes, food, everything. And that's not actually the only cargo that the International Space Station got. There actually is astronauts that are just arriving to the International Space Station a couple days ago. So there's one NASA astronaut and two Russian cosmonauts that are joining the Russian cosmonaut, Japanese astronaut, and American astronaut that are currently at the International Space Station. So they just arrived there a couple days ago. That launch was completely successful. So there's 6 people on orbit now in the International Space Station. These guys will stay about 6 months, and then they'll come back, and another crew will replace them. So there's usually about 6 people on orbit in the International Space Station at a time. 3 will leave, 3 will come up, and it'll rotate like that. There was also some unfortunate news about Juno, which is a spacecraft that was launched to go to Jupiter and study Jupiter. So it just got there a few months ago, and has been doing 53-day orbits. So every 53 days, Juno would make a close approach, and that's when it would do most of its science and gather its data from its instruments and images. And that was supposed to go down to, I believe, a 14-day orbit. So they'd be able to knock out the science faster and get more pictures and gather data more quickly and get it out into research. But there was an issue with a valve that caused the burn not to happen. So basically, instead of them doing a 53-day orbit and transferring into a 14-day orbit, they're stuck in a 53-day orbit. So if everything goes according to plan, they're going to try again in December to get it into that 14-day orbit, so they can really try to gather that science at a better pace than they can now. Because right now, again, they're only making a close approach once every 53 days. So that's a little bit limiting. So hopefully they fix that. And actually, that wasn't the only issue with Juno this week. Additionally, there was the spacecraft went into what's called a safe mode, where basically it shuts all of its science down, all of its science instruments and gathering of data and imagers and all that stuff is shut down. And it actually did this during the close approach of this orbit. So not only are they not lessening the orbit time, they actually missed this orbit. But they were able to determine what the issue was. They don't think it's going to be an issue moving forward, which is good. So hopefully in December, fingers crossed, we'll be going into a 14-day orbit, and all of the instruments will be working properly, and we'll get some really awesome data, some really cool pictures, and we're going to learn some things about Jupiter that we've always wanted to know, and it's really going to change the way we perceive our actual solar system. Because of how big Jupiter is, it's believed that it was the first planet to form after the Sun formed. So learning about Jupiter really means we're learning a lot about how our solar system formed, which is really cool. So fingers crossed that everything goes well with the next attempt for the orbit change and also the science instruments. Hopefully everything stays out of safe mode and continues working properly. I'm going to be trying some different things out with the vlog over the next couple videos. I might try a couple different cameras. I'm going to try different forms of audio, whether it's from the mic or from the camera itself. And I really want to try to determine what the best setup is. I'm not going to really invest a lot of money into this yet. I don't know how well it's going to go. It might go great. I might stop vlogging in a few days because I realize I don't like it. I don't think that's going to be the case because I'm actually enjoying it a lot right now. But so if there's a little inconsistency, please bear with me. But I don't think it should be too noticeable. But if it is noticeable, let me know if there's some things that you like better in one vlog that was different in another vlog, because I'll be changing these things up and the feedback will really help me out. Oh, and one more thing. It's going to take some time to get out of to get comfortable. I'm out of my comfort zone as I'm doing this right now. So I feel like once I get more comfortable, I'll hopefully be more enthusiastic about things and more excited about things, and I think it should be more exciting to watch. But as I get used to it, it's a little awkward still, so hopefully that'll improve too. All right, thanks. Bye.